Hi friends, has your skincare products at home stopped working for you? Or maybe they never worked for you at all? Let's discuss the 3 categories of products and why your skin may not be responding the way you hoped it would. Hi there, I'm Amy, your Gen X esthetician. I've been a practicing esthetician for 24 years. 18 of those I've had my own skincare studio in Roswell, Georgia. So there's 3 categories of skincare. You have over-the-counter, you have professional, and you have prescription. And the difference in those categories is the amount of active ingredients that are legally allowed in each category. So over the counter, because you don't need to have any licensing, there's a cap on the amount of active ingredients that can be put in there that's determined by the FDA. Then you have professional, because you need a license to sell them, they're going to have a higher amount of active ingredients. And then you have prescription, which is going to be a medication that's going to be prescribed by a doctor. So those are the 3. Let's break down over the counter. Those are the ones that you see at the grocery store, you see at pharmacies, you're going to see at Costco, but also department stores. Almost all brands that you're going to get at the department store are going to be over the counter. So they have a limited amount of activity to them. This does not indicate price. And this is kind of the first thing I really want everybody to hear me say. You can be spending $300 or $400 on a department store cream, and it is over the counter. It is limited to what it can do for you. I know that's kind of shocking and hard to hear, but that's just the facts of it. So I'm going to use retinol as my example throughout the video today. And we're not talking about retinol. I'm just using that as my active ingredient for the day, not breaking down what it actually does. In over-the-counter products, the legal amount of retinol can be anywhere from 0.01 to 0.1. Then in the professional, it can go all the way up to 1%. That's a 10 times increase of what you can get in the activity in the professional. So over the counter is going to give you benefit, and that's probably why you've been using it for most of your life, and at some point you look in the mirror and you're just not quite happy with what you're seeing. Maybe your browns, your hyperpigmentations have darkened, maybe your expression lines are deeper, maybe you have some redness that's happening that were more or less under control. And then at some point, as the aging process has begun, that limited amount of active ingredients just isn't strong enough to make any kind of changes to benefit you. So it's taken you as far as it can, and now it's time for you to step into professional. Now, professional, you need a license to sell them. So those are going to be the ones at your esthetician, at your skincare studio, at your med spas, and even places like Ulta. Ulta has estheticians on staff, so therefore a lot of their brands are going to be in the professional category. Now, here's the second big thing I want you to hear me say. Once you are in the category of professional, all of the brands are essentially just going to be their proprietary blend of that active ingredient. So one isn't necessarily better than the other. It's just going to be, is their proprietary blend of that active ingredient, is the formula from that skincare brand offering more suited to you, to your skincare need, to your lifestyle. For example, I'm going to stay with the retinol. If you've got 3 different brand offerings, 3 different retinol serums, is one going to lean more towards just straight up cellular turnover? Is one going to lean more towards acne associated with retinol? Is one going to lean more towards helping with a hyperpigmentation with that? Or do you need one that's going to have a ceramide blend to it, some kind of a lipid blend to it? So then you're going to start choosing really not based off of the name brand, but the formula that is more suited for your needs. And then, of course, there's just, do you like a company better? Is one more botanical leaning? Is one more luxury fragrance, glass jar leaning? Is one more just straight up dermaceuticals and going to be more what I like to call just all business? And so you want just all business from that. So that's going to be your personal preference based on your lifestyle, and also then which formula is more suited to you. When I talk about any specific product in these episodes, it is because that is what I have worked with and that is what I'm familiar with, and I know these formulas inside and out. It doesn't mean that they are any stronger or better necessarily than another name brand, as long as we are in the professional category. In addition to it being a stronger active ingredient, a higher percentage of active ingredient, they are also going to be formulated with molecular weights that's going to let them penetrate to the deeper layers of your skin. So not only are they stronger, but they're going to work smarter. So now let's get into the prescription. The prescription is going to be your medications that are prescribed from the doctor. Your tretinoins, your 4% hydroquinones, your antibiotic creams, your rosacea creams, your acne creams, all of that you want to look at as a prescription and a medication. So you want to treat them as such. Even if you're using them twice a day, they are medications. You're still going to need your other supporting skincare routine around it. And often an over-the-counter one is going to be fine to use in addition to your prescription. Or maybe you need the professional strengths to go with your prescriptions. Or maybe you just need the one tretinoin, for example, and everything else can be professional to be supportive around that. But now you know, and you can look in your products at home in your drawer or on your counter, and you can say, oh, that's why that worked and then stopped working, or that's why that never worked at all, or oh, that's why that product worked so well, because you understand the different strengths and the different categories of it. Now, so you understand now, hopefully, why it is that over-the-counter can bring you so far, and then you need to step up your active ingredients, and I hope that's very illuminating so you can make better choices for yourself. I do offer virtual consultations if you need help unpacking all of this. You can take your whatever product it is, if you have a question, is this over the counter or is this professional? And just Google it. Put that name brand in and say, is this blank, is this name brand over the counter or professional? And it'll tell you. And then you know. Reminder, price isn't an indication of which category a product is in. It's about the licensing that you need to sell it. What I think naturally comes next is, well, now that you know the categories, is what time frame should you allow before you see benefits when you've added an active ingredient. So that's what's going to be in our next episode. So my hope is that all of this can help you make decisions for yourself at home. Reach out. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Please leave me questions, comments. I read each and every one of them. I'm Amy. your Gen X esthetician. Until we meet again.